Hi everyone, welcome to CGTN's youth discussion, The Hype, where diverse minds ignite new ideas. I'm your host for today, Xiaoxian. Now you can watch our live streaming on CGTN's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and also Chinese Weibo, Bilibili, Yang Shiping, and WeChat, as well as CGTN's official website and app. Now, please feel free to join our discussion using the hashtag TheHype and leave your comment on our social media platforms. We'll get to you before the end of our show, so be sure to come to us. So now we are at Langyuan Station in Beijing, one of the main venues for this year's Beijing International Film Festival. So this year's festival actually selects 15 out of over 4,000 films from over 100 countries and regions, but only 10 out of 15 can finally win our gorgeous trophy, the Tiantang Award. So actually, the festival is going to host the closing and the award ceremony in just a few hours. So before we can get to the result, we want to do a recap on the film festival. And so we are very happy to be joined by my colleagues and our young students from Beijing's most prestigious film academy. So first we have my colleague, CGTN reporter, Zhang Shi. Please say hi.
Okay, hello. My name is Zhang Shi and I'm a reporter from CGTN France. I'm very glad to be here.
Also, we have our young friends joining us today. So please, Chunfei, please say hi.
Hi everyone, my name is Chunfei and I'm a student from Beijing Film Academy and I major in broadcasting.
And also we have Oh Ziyao. Please say hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Oh Ziyao, a student from Beijing Film Academy, also majoring in broadcasting.
So welcome. I'm so happy to can be with you here together. So without further ado, let's take a look back at the 14th Beijing International Film Festival, which began on April 18. So over the past week, first I want to come to Chen Fei. Chen Fei, as a professional reporter who has been covering the film festival itself, what are the major takeaways from the festival for you?
Well, actually during this film festival, I have do a lot of French reports on French films and French filmmakers. And there's 4 impressive interviews that I had with some filmmakers. So firstly is Quentin Bohana is a French representative of MK2. MK2 is really a famous French company for distribution of foreign films in French market. And his company has successfully distributed a lot of films of Jia Zhangke.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
And the second one is Shui Qingxia. She is the former coach of women's football team of China. Yes.
Yeah.
And she was there for a forum for a better combination of sports and films.
Oh, the Sports Film Week.
Yes. And the third one is with Luc Benza. He's an actor from Gabon, an African country, and he has been in China for more than 10 years. And he's really good at Kung Fu, and he's really fluent in Chinese.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and the last but not the least is Thomas Lilty. He's a French director of A Real Job, and this film is also one of the competitors for this year's Tiantang Prize. Yes.
Oh, nice. So you have interviewed so many industry insiders. So what are the biggest impression on you can you share some of the insights from them?
Okay, I think from my dialogues with them, I think they are really open for cooperations with Chinese filmmakers, especially for like Quentin or like Thomas. They're really enthusiastic for more cooperation with the director or the filmmaker of China. Yes. So I think it's quite a good opportunity for all these China's new generations of filmmakers to join this,
Yeah, and next we also want to get to our young friends. As you are students from Beijing Film Academy, and I know there are a lot of festival activities taking place at your campus. So I think you must have experienced the atmosphere a lot. So what are your major impressions on this year's film festival? Chenfei, you can go first.
Okay. Well, I'm kept focusing this festival, and I like to share one of my favorite movie, that is Hi Mom, whose Chinese name is 你好李焕英, and it's an amazing Chinese movie I watched that really got to me. It's about this person who figures out a way to go back in time after losing her mom, and the story is all about love, sacrifice, and the strong connection between the mom and her child, and it's really moved me. So I like to share this movie to everyone. It's really a good movie.
So you would recommend this to our foreign audience?
Yes, yes.
Actually, this movie was bought by a foreign film company, and there will be a Hollywood version of Hi Mom in the future. So yeah, it's a very good recommendation. And what about you, Ziyao?
I've watched many films in this Beijing International Film Festival, such as Wandering Earth, Chang'an, to name but a few. But what I really want to recommend is Creation of God, Kingdom of Storms, whose Chinese name is 风神朝歌风云. It's a movie that uses super CG technology and Lam's language full of Chinese cultural elements to tell a magical story that combines history and mythology. I think the story is very wonderful and amazing. In this film, there are a lot of to reference in West art, but when it comes to its domain part, it focuses on celebrating the traditional Chinese culture, and it also shows off the inner beauty of the Chinese traditional culture and characteristic. So that's what I want to recommend in front of the camera.
Yeah, one of the leading roles, leading actor in the Creation of God, Fei Xiang, Philip, is also one of the jury members of this year's Tiantan Awards. So he also has shared a lot of his experiences about how to tell the good Chinese stories to the world. So I think this is also very good recommendation. So be sure to check out in the future, maybe. So I want to get back to Zhang Chi, because you've covered a lot of activities and forums, I believe, during the film festivals. So what kind of forums and did you attend this time? And also, what are the major takeaways or insights that you can bring to us?
Okay, so there are like 3 forums that have been participated in. Firstly is the forum where I met Quentin, is like a forum for the international and Chinese filmmakers to have some exchanges. And on that, he has shared a lot of his experience about distributing Chinese movie in the French market. And it's really impressive for me to know that actually Jia Zhangke is already very famous in the European market. But there are also many young Chinese directors whose works hasn't been, realized or appreciated by the European market. So they try hard to promote and distribute these films. I think that's quite impressive.
Yeah, we all appreciate their hard working. So
yes.
For you personally, what movie would you recommend?
Okay, I'd like to recommend A Real Job. I just mentioned, like, it's a film of Thomas Loti. It's a French movie, of course. Yes, it's about the growth and the development of a group of teachers in a French middle school. So in this film, they had a lot of conflicts with their naughty students, and this really reminds me of my adolescence and my school life.
Yeah, so you see those human stories really can resonate across cultures. So did you talk to the directors or other producers of this film?
Yes, I talked to the director.
Do you have any, impressions on his insight?
Yes, because this year is actually a big year for China and the France, because it's the 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations between China and France. So I think it's really a good timing to ask him about some questions about the cultural exchanges this year we've realized. So I asked him, and now in China, the CMG group, China Media Group, has organized a French Film Week, and actually in Paris there's also an Chinese film projection event. So it's actually a platform for both these two parts to share their works and their results in this film yard.
Yeah, right. We'll get to that event and its significance later. But before we get to that, actually, beyond watching movies, the festival has a lot of a variety of activities going on. Actually, here in Langyuan Station, there was a film market, outdoor film screening, and also there's a lot of master classes, and there was a carnival of this film festival. So, are there any cool stuff that you've experienced during the film festival? Do you experience anything fun, or do you enjoy yourself? Maybe we start from our young friends, who is good at having fun, maybe. Did you encounter any celebrities in your school or any place here?
What a pity. We're so busy.
We're so busy to attend.
But we believe we still have the opportunity to attend them. Yes.
Do you attend any forum, or do you have any, insights on any of the forums that taken place during the film festival?
No.
So yeah, no. Busy
Yeah,
studying.
so busy in studying.
Actually,
Right.
I want to add something, because
Yeah.
I also attended the African Film Promotion Conference. I think maybe usually we pay our attention to like French films, because I'm from French channel, But actually, the African market is also very important for Chinese filmmakers. I was very impressed by the enthusiasm that they showed during this conference, because they have presented their own film shooting plans, and they are really willing to have more cooperations with Chinese filmmakers.
Yeah, and there actually a lot of African countries speak French.
Yes. And I think Africa has really a unique culture. It's like one of a kind, so it can be replaced. So I think this deserves more attention from our Chinese filmmakers.
Yeah, so no matter is African Film Week or French Film Week, is all about cultural exchange through the power of cinema. And you just mentioned the French Film Week. Actually, you also mentioned it's the 60th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between China and France. So as a French reporter, you must have a lot of insight on the China-French cultural exchanges. So what do you think are the significances of, we setting up this kind of movie week, film week, in a way that we can promote exchanges and also foster those mutual understanding between Chinese and French people?
Actually, I think film festivals like this is really good for us to get rid of some misunderstandings about the other culture. Because I'd like to mention an American drama called Emily in Paris. Because I think a lot of audience have watched this drama, and maybe they are fascinated by the described French lifestyle in this drama. But actually in France, a lot of people think this drama is full of cliché and stereotypes towards the French, because maybe they think they are a little bit arrogant or sometimes lazy like that. But this kind of person must exist in French society, but this kind of person can actually exist in every corner of the world. So it's quite can be a label for a nation. So I think through this film week and through the real French movies, we can have a glance at the real French culture. And it's also the same for the French audience to watch the real Chinese movies and to get closer to a more realistic Chinese society.
So can you share with us what are the similarities and also the differences between Chinese and French people?
As for similarities, first of all, these two nations both have a very long history, and the people of these two countries are all very proud of their own culture. As for differences, there must be a lot because we have two different social systems. Maybe let's take education, for example. We have Gaokao in China. It's a very important examination for all the students Chinese in China. But in France, there's not such a thing. So maybe it's a little bit hard for them to understand the pressure we are facing during this examination. But it doesn't mean that this can be a barrier for the French audience to understand the Chinese culture. Because, although they don't have Gaokao, the French students also struggle for their studies. And they also have some adolescence issues. So this can be some common things.
Yeah, so now we have a French expert actually here. Do our young friends have any questions about France, maybe? Do you have anything that you're so curious about France or French people or French movie that you want to ask? So we have an expert that can answer your question here.
I will try my best.
I just wonder if French students don't have college entrance exam. So how do they get into college or universities?
They also have this kind of exams, but it's not like that. We have this exam, so we will choose our university according to our final exams. They have a lot of options.
Understood.
Yeah, so they
Thank you so much.
So they apply for the university. They will write personal statements or application letters.
Something like that.
Okay, I've been heard French is one of the most beautiful language in the world, and I really want to listen a sentence said by French.
Yeah, they want to learn a piece
of Chinese who studied
Chinese French.
Okay, so maybe I can teach you a phrase.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
What do you want to learn?
Welcome to Beijing
International Film Festival.
International,
right?
Long
name.
Maybe welcome to Beijing.
Okay. Yes,
welcome in French is bienvenue.
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 Bienvenue à Beijing.
Bienvenue at Beijing.
Great. Yes. Great.
Bienvenue
Thank you.
in Beijing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I want to delve more into the significance of Chinese film festivals in an international film market. So, Zhang Chi, I want to get you first. So, as a journalist, what do you think is the unique role that Chinese film festivals in the world cinema? Do you think it's a good way to promote Chinese films to the world or something like that?
Sure, because most part of the movies in the whole world that's being accepted mostly by the audience are in English. So I think this is quite a good opportunity for these Chinese films to show their own charm to the whole world. Yes.
So do you think the language or could be some of the barriers that when the Chinese film to go to the world?
It can be, but it can be but it's not the most hard part, I think. I think the most hard part is to be sure that there are some realistic things. There are true emotions and sentiments in this film, so that can touch the audience from all over the world.
So I also want to get to our young friends at the film school. So in your opinion, what do you think is the unique role of Chinese film festivals in the world of cinema?
Well,
first?
well, it will help increase understanding and friendship between the people from all over the world, and it serves as an important bridge for building the community with a shared future for mankind. And it will effectively enhance the cultural exchange and cooperation among countries along the Belt and Road. Yes, that's my point.
So in your opinion, what kind of movies that can really resonate with the world? Will it be comedies or historical drama or documentaries? Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, maybe I think it is the Kung Fu movies. Kung Fu movies are our Chinese characteristics. And it is not only about fighting, it also includes the traditional art of martial arts and respect for teachers, respect for the elderly, and protect the young. And for example, Li An and Zhang Yimou made kung fu films like Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon and Hero, or other films like Mulan or Ip Man. From my point of view, Chinese traditional culture dominates the content of these kung fu movies. And what is more attractive is the connotation of kung fu. Secondly, I think the film based on myths can really help the world know more about China.
Like the creation of the gods.
Yes, yes. For example, Journey to the West, and哪吒, the birth of the, just like what? Okay, you just
creation of the gods.
Yes, yes. And the subject matter is wide-ranging, from ancient Chinese to folklore to anecdotes. And in addition, the tone of some movies is red and green. This is about Chinese traditional color matching or ink elements. These are all reflections of Chinese traditional culture. That's all. Thank you.
So Ziyao, what do you think are the most effective way of bringing Chinese movie to the world? What are the genres that you will recommend that will resonate the most?
I think that maybe animation or cartoon movies would let the world understand our Chinese unique culture better. This time I want to take Chang'an, whose Chinese name is Chang'an Sanwanli, as an example. It's a story tells about a poetic Gao Shi in chaos who also recalling his past with Li Bai. In the film, it appears some ancient classic poems that not only just resonate our domestic audiences, but also let our foreign friends to experience or gain another expression of the Chinese-style romance. And I think that's kind of movie that we can let the global audiences know Chinese culture better. That's all.
So in your opinion, why do you think it's so important to let our overseas audience to understand Chinese culture? What are the significance of doing this such thing?
I think the significance, one of the most important reasons is that there are still some stereotype in our country, and I think when promoting our animation or even our culture can just let the global audiences learn more about our culture, our customs, our lifestyle, so that we could just break our cultural barriers so that we can have friendly cooperation in many industry or many ways, so that we can build a community for human mankind with a shared future.
Yeah, as a young student in China, what kind of image do you think you want to bring to the world?
Maybe I think I would like to bring a friendly, objective, and just harmonious image to the global audiences. Because we are a country that has long history through the human developing history, and we also have many beautiful heritage in our countries, and we also want our global friends to come to China and experience our culture.
And also, I want to add, you guys are also with international vision and full of energy. That's also one of the images that we could bring to the world.
Yes.
And I want to get back to Zhang Chi. So, what type of film do you think can most resonate with the international audience, especially in this case with French audience, maybe?
Maybe I think it's documentaries, because this kind of movie can reflect the reality of a society. So, first of all, we can show our charm of our own culture, and secondly, I think we can get rid of a lot of misunderstandings and to know what a real Chinese society is.
Can you give us some examples of what documentaries would you recommend?
Well, actually, this is not a commercial, but CGTN France made a series of documentaries of Chinese traditional cultures, and I really recommend this for all of our audience.
Cool. Be sure to check out our official website and also French website to see our documentaries that we made about Chinese stories. So it is clear that the cinema plays a vital role in fostering mutual understanding and also the appreciation of different cultures. So I think the power of cinema is very obvious here during the cultural exchanges with different countries. So as we all know that the Beijing Film Festival actually is all about creation and innovation, and also about pushing the boundaries of cinema. So let's now get more creative and envision the future. So this is a question for you all. If you can envision the future of cinema, what kind of films are you expecting? What kind of, maybe it's more immersive, or maybe we make good use of VR or AI, something like that. So let's start with Ziyao.
Okay, I'm gonna answer your question first. In my expectation, I expect the movie, we could experience the movie through different methods, just like the film Ready Player One, 头号玩家. In the film, we have a lot of new devices let us to experience the game. And in the future, I would like to experience film like that way. We could use VR or just another technology to experience our film culture. And also, I would like to say that I also expect the films like 草木人间 or 孤注一掷. This kind of film that not only just tells a story about our people, but it also tells a story that what our people are focused on. And I think this kind of movie is more meaningful, and I wish I could see many of this in the future. Yes.
Yeah, those movies also touches on social issues.
Yes.
Yeah, and human relationship, something like that. So what about Chenfei?
Okay, the development of AI is advancing at an unimaginable speed. So I think the movie of the future is likely made of AI. So you don't have to be able to edit or film. You just need to have imagination, creativity, and aesthetic. And then with the artificial intelligence, you can make this movie. So I think everyone can be the director. And it's offer a chance to more ordinary people. So, but at the same time, artificial intelligence is a powerful tool. Tools can be replaced, but human creativity can be actually replaced. I think we need to establish a good relationship with it, with this artificial intelligence, and to make more good movies. That's all.
Yeah, use it wise, and still, the human creativity cannot be replaced.
Yes.
But we can use artificial intelligence as a tool to, promote our efficiency of making movies. So, what about Zhang Qu?
Actually, I share the same opinion with Chen Fei. I think the artificial intelligence will play a very important role in future's filmmaking. And I think maybe in the future, the filmmakers can pay more attention to the story itself, so we can have much more films of higher qualities.
Yeah, you just mentioned the story itself. It's actually very interesting because I want to ask that we've imagined a lot of the tools that we can use in the future when we make films, but what about storytelling itself? What do you envision the future if we could have maybe more genres or maybe more stories about more social issues? So how do you envision the storytelling itself? Maybe still start from you.
Okay, maybe like, I'm a language learner, so I think maybe in the future we don't have such a barrier. So people from any culture, from any language, who speaks any language can cooperate, and we can, like a break the tower of the barrier of language. So we can make the whole world as the same. So that's maybe my imagination.
Yeah, that's, the filmmaking can surpass the barrier of language, and then maybe all of we can understand the French movie without any difficulties.
Yes.
Okay. Chen Fei?
I will use the artificial intelligence and with my creativity to create a new scene. So actually I will use my imagination.
So you will prefer more like sci-fi stories?
Yes, I like it.
Great. So what about Ziyao?
Maybe I would like to take a reference to the works that AI generated. But I think why we are human is that we have creativity. So that is the most important thing we have. So maybe I would agree with Chen Fei's opinion. I would use my creativity and imagination to create more works instead of just using AI.
So in your creative mind, what types of stories will most touch you maybe in the future? Like maybe social issue or more cultural stories or sci-fi stories, something like that?
I don't think social issues or cultural stories or have conflict between these two kinds of stories. I think maybe we could make a combination of these two things to make a movie that both about these two things, so that maybe our audiences can learn something at the same time.
But what about the theaters themselves? So now we have to enjoy the film, in a fixed seat in a theater. But maybe in the future we have more different ways to enjoy your movie. So do you have any imagination about that? I'll give a hint. This year's Beijing International Film Festival, there was a XR section where you can actually put on a XR glasses and you can move around in that space and to enjoy the movie in actually 360 degree. So maybe that's one of the ways that we can enjoy our movies in the future. As for our young minds, do you have any more creative thoughts on that, maybe?
Not yet at all. Maybe just like the example I've mentioned, that Ready Player One's VR glasses, we could use it. We could play a role in the movie in the future.
Yeah, just like a game.
Just like a game. We could change the end, or we could have some relationship, or do something in the movie so that maybe our experience will be enriched.
Yeah, so speaking of future of the cinema, actually there has been a phenomenon that on short video platforms we have a lot of movie summaries saying that, oh, we are gonna tell you the story of this movie in 3 minutes. So as a young student, you've also I believe you encounter such short videos a lot. So what do you think this kind of video can bring to those longer and serious films? Maybe start with our young friends.
Okay. Xiao first.
Okay.
Okay, Ziao.
I got first. In my opinion, we should talk about this problem more dialectically, not just simply generalize it, because it's a double-edged sword for me. For example, on the one hand, it could help us save time. Actually, yes, because with the emergence of the short videos and the fast pace of our society, everyone's enthusiasm for a movie is actually far less than before. And I think this kind of videos could help our movie maintain their activity in the market. But what follows is that maybe this kind of summarized videos would just cut the highlight clips in the film, what the director really want to express to our audiences. So maybe the artistry will just get greatly reduced. So I prefer to go into the cinema to enjoy the full film on the big screen.
What about Chen Fei? What's your thought?
Okay, this kind of video can convey the plot information more quickly and conveniently, adapt to the fast-paced life of the moment. And it has lower cost and high time efficiency, which makes film communication no longer limited to this big screen, but also to our daily leisure time. And so that the audience can perceive the value of the film more quickly. But as we know, film is a kind of audiovisual art. As a comprehensive art, it contains literature, drama, art, music, and so on. So we need to take the film work seriously, understand the significance and the value of it, and we need to pay more attention. But some people still like to watch the ups and downs of the plot quickly, and they just watch the next video quickly. They don't have patience. So why not go to a cinema and just enjoy and appreciate film with your patience and just slowly.
Yeah, take it slow because our plays are too fast nowadays.
Yes.
So, also Zhang Chi, as a professional journalist, what do you think of this kind of format of telling a full movie in short videos? Do you think it's a proper way for people to get to know a new movie, or do you think it sometimes can misrepresent a movie?
Well, I think it actually gives us a right to choose. So you can go through a plot of a movie by this 3-minute shot, but if you are really interested in it, you can choose to go to the cinema to see this movie. And I think this kind of, spoiler, 就是剧透 spoiler, yes, can help us to have a preview of this kind of movie to make sure if we have really interest in it. So, but I think this can't replace the really good films with a lot of technologies, with a lot of, VR or something like this.
Given the large volume of such videos on the short video platforms, do you think it will change people's way of consuming such movies in theater in the future?
I think it has already changed our thinking, our way to watch a movie. Yes. I think a lot of people maybe now stay at home and open some shorts platform and watch a 3-minute shorts and okay, today is done.
Yeah.
So they won't go out for cinema. But I think it's just like Chen Fei said, we should slow down and to appreciate the real art in the cinema.
Yes, I remembered one of the directors said that movie is the art of cinema. So there are something that you can only enjoy and feel only at the theater, not at your home. And also the 3-minute video summaries, actually you can just summarize the plot of the movie. But there are some movies, they have not so much obvious plots, but they have a very immersive and very enjoyable immersive experiences, both in your ears or both to your eyes. So I think that's the part that we can only enjoy at the theaters, maybe. So it's a very, very great discussion with you about the pros and cons of this kind of short video summaries on the short platforms. But we actually got a little bit of our comments from our followers. Actually, days ago, we actually have this kind of questions ask our followers to ask them if they like this kind of 3 minutes video summaries about the film. Actually, the majority of our followers actually really enjoy this kind of short video. They think they are very effective and they can, really know the film in 3 minutes. If they don't like, they will just skip it. They won't waste the 3 hours or 2 hours on such film. So I think just as you said, it's actually already changed our way of consuming movies in nowadays. And we also have more comments from our overseas audiences that they're saying short videos offer more alternatives to those living busy lives. So as you mentioned, we are living a very fast pace. Yeah. So yeah, and there are a lot of people say, people don't have time. People just don't have time for those longer movies. So yeah, I think that's also a problem for those filmmakers. You really have to keep your audience so long time. You have to think what in your film really can attract them, that they will make them think that they're worth it. So yeah, I think it has been a really fruitful discussion with you guys, with our professional reporters and with all our young friends from Film Academy. So I think that wraps up our today's the hype on the 14th Beijing International Film Festival. So as you know, the final award ceremony and the closing ceremony will kick off in just a few hours, and then we will know the final result of Tiantan Awards and a lot of other sections. But we've here and we've do a recap of the film festival. But we also envision the future. So we are really looking forward to what film can evolve and in the future, and what kind of new types of theater that we can enjoy in the future. So I think that's a wrap up, and thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for all the beautiful insights and fun and all the experiences you've shared with us. So Stay tuned for our more coverage on the film festivals this year and next year, and also stay tuned to the live on the closing ceremony of 14th Beijing International Film Festival. And here we are here for the cinema, and let's just hope long live the cinema.
Long live the cinema.
Long live cinema.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.